Hello, hello. It is November 24th, man. It is raining out here. It is dark, as you can see. A lot of cloud cover. I have to turn up these windshield wipers a little bit. Just on my way to work, wanted to pass on some of my thoughts just on life. Hope everything is going well for you. Pass some blessings on to you. I think life is just kind of fine tuning your body, your soul, the energy your like that you have in your vessel. Like your body is basically your vessel, and because you're basically a tuning fork. You're an antenna, and I think that there is this unseen energy being broadcasted, and a lot of people call it the quantum field, and I think that's an appropriate definition of it. I think that we don't really can't speak too much certainty on the subject, but I think that we know enough that it's real. And when when you're really looking for good things, or you believe that good things happen to you, I think that you're just more attuned to finding those opportunities, and I think the universe is more attuned to bringing those opportunities towards you in some like weird serendipitous way. I know it's just kind of it's very spiritual kind of woo woo talk, but I think there is a lot of truth to it. And really, it just comes down to being aligned. Not thinking of the past too much, not thinking of the future too much, being in the present moment with the right attitude, the right mindset. Not feeling lack, not feeling like you're always losing, even if all the evidence in the past suggests that. You have to kind of almost develop this delusional personality to get you out of that rut. And I don't know. I've kind of been watching a lot of videos recently of kind of just that being described of just trying to develop a little bit more of not even delusion mindset, but just more of a mindset that's just more radically positive. I'm gonna change lanes here. Yeah, I'm like I didn't want to get on that highway. Um, it I just like again I just followed my gut. Like I feel like all right, this highway is gonna bring me where I need to be. And just going with it. And even if I hit traffic up here, good. Whatever. I'll be okay. Maybe the other way it might have been a little bit quicker, but I don't know. It's just there was more of a chance of getting in a wreck. I don't want to think like that, but I think I'd be safe either way. But it really is just a matter of perspective and how you're viewing life, how you're viewing yourself, and I'm trying to reprogram that in my own life. The words that I use to talk about myself, that I talk about my past, the addiction, just the failures, the loss, the rejections. It's tough, man. It's tough to take inventory of all that and come out the other side feeling positive about your future. And it's it takes kind of a delusional mindset, but at the same time, when I look at it in a different mindset, a different lens, I can think of it in a way that, man, look what all that I went through. Look at all that I have survived. It's taught me so many lessons. I care so much about my body, my health. I'm more disciplined. If I would have had a lot of success early on, I don't know. I don't know if I would have had the maturity to handle it. I don't know what kind of path or road I might have been led down. I mean, who's to say, right? Maybe I would have matured and been great, but I don't know. I kind of doubt that. I really do. For some reason, I had to go through the losses. I had to go through the failures to kind of put me in a position to be ready for all the wealth that's going to come my way. I truly believe it is coming my way. I have to believe it. It's maybe delusional, but I'm going to believe it. I have faith. I believe that I've moved past that past identity and moved into a wealth identity, an identity that creates, identity that serves, identity that loves, and that's trying to pass on a good vibe and good message to people and to this universe, to this world. And hopefully it'll have an impact, not only for other people, but for myself too, because I haven't seen any outcomes, but at the same time, I don't need any outcomes. it's just all about that internal mindset, that internal almost Garden of Eden, if you will, if you want to get religious, that you've built inside your body, inside your mind, inside your vessel, your energy field. I've built a very peaceful life, and I'm happy with it. Um, do I want more? Sure, sure, but it's at the same time. I think that as you want, it's going to push things more away. So I'm trying to get away from that mindset. You know, I don't want for anything. I want to know that opportunities flow towards me, that I'm the luckiest person alive, you know? I'm lucky to be alive. In a lot of ways I am. When I think of my past and my addictions and my phases in life that I've put myself in dangerous situations, and to come out relatively unscathed, you know, I'm sure there's been a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of just self-doubt and anxiety that's built up from my failures for sure. But I've learned, and I've had to pick up a lot of lessons for things to kind of really cement in my mind and cement in my lifestyle, so that, yeah, maybe I have a couple weeks, a couple months of solid enlightenment or spiritual progress. But a lot of times in my life, when I see that progress, I celebrate, and then it goes to my head, it feeds my ego, and I just get in my own way. And I think that through the lessons that I've learned, I can handle any blessings that come my way a lot more, just with a lot more maturity. And I truly believe that now, and we'll see how it goes. That's the journey I'm on. But yeah, it's raining pretty bad out here, and don't ever let a rainy day cloud your emotional state. It's beautiful out here. That's the way I look at it. Uh, Love is all around me. There's light all around me, despite the rain, despite the clouds. You can't let rain permeate your soul, your body, your energy field, your vibration. You know, you have to protect. You have to have a strong magnetic field to repel just the darkness that's out there, because there's plenty of that. You know, there's not light without dark. You know, and life is a wave. We're going to go through dark periods for sure. You can't always have light. You can't always have joy. That's not how the world works. Um, you might be really, today you might be feeling really good and think that you've got everything figured out, but a lot of times life tends to humble you when you have that kind of feeling. And or you sometimes you just, maybe you're not feeling as high as you thought you would, as the outcomes are really coming your way, you know. So it's just, again, it's a lot of paradoxes. That's what life is, and we all have our own experiences. We all have our own, you know, uniqueness, and we just go through it in a lot of different just kind of ways, and we all have our own reality, our own perspective. So yeah, I just hope that we can all kind of come together, and at least the collective can, I don't know, pray for just better, uh, more love and more peace and higher vibrations out there to kind of repair this world. I think we've damaged this world a little bit. We've damaged ourselves. We're continuing to damage ourselves, you know, just with the economies that we've built, we're slowly taught, you know, with all the poisons, toxins, chemicals that are out there, we're just slowly poisoning ourselves. We're slowly poisoning life, and that's not a good thing. And you don't have to be spiritual to think that. There's a lot of science behind that, and I think there needs to be a little bit more of a merger between science and spirituality. I think some spiritual folks are repelled by science, and some science folks are repelled by spirituality. But yeah, there needs to be a little bit more of a synergy there. But that's just kind of going off on a tangent there. I should probably focus on driving. Hope this benefits you. I'm going to continue showing up for myself, continue on this journey, and I just want to pass on much love and gratitude for anyone watching this. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.